Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is time for tea 144. Let me actually get my sage because, well, I mean, why not, right? If you are new to the channel, my name is Monse, and if you're returning, like always, you're a real one. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you being here. Old, new, returning, whatever it might be. I appreciate you being here. You didn't have to click on the video, but you did. So I am happy for that. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel before you leave, okay? We talk about a little bit about everything. Mostly things that we've gone through on this journey that has led us to this spiritual awakening. I know not everybody's story is as crazy as others, or at least crazy as mine, right? If you saw my last video, you know what I'm talking about. If not, I suggest you go see that video so you can kind of understand what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm barely starting my spiritual journey. It's been like since September of last year, so I'm almost reaching the year, okay? I'm finding out a lot of amazing things, I would say, about myself that I always say it because it's true, that I never thought that would be happening to me. Okay, so today's video is going to be about that. I don't really want to talk about I know the last video might have been if you guys saw my last video, I know that last video might have been a little heavy, maybe even triggering for some folks. I don't want to put on makeup today, guys, because shit, hold on, I'm over here struggling with this damn pillow. Yeah, I don't want to wear makeup today, guys, because it's that time of the month, okay? And when it's that time of the month, sorry, your girl is not feeling the makeup. Your girl is not feeling the updo. Your girl ain't feeling it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna straighten it a little, because I always talk about this damn bird nest that be, I don't know what be happening here. Like, it just gets right here and it just looks weird, because everything else looks all cute and whatnot, like wavy, just nice, and then this just wants to bunch up. I don't like that, so we're gonna fix that. Maybe that's significant, right? Maybe, like, in this journey, right, you realize, I think I posted on my other channel. I posted it on, I made a short on my other channel, Cosmic Creation 144. It says that the people that leave you, no, wait. I think it said something along the lines, if they left you for being real, it's because they were fake to begin with. It was something along those lines, right? And that hit, I'll post it on here if I can remember low-key what it said, but that's basically the gist, right? Like, if people leave you for being real, then that's just fake leaving your energy. Does that make sense? Like, it was something along those lines. Like, they were never meant to come with you. They were never meant to be in your life forever, right? And they do say nothing lasts forever, but I feel like that's fake. 444. I feel like that's not. I don't believe that saying. I do think that things last forever if they're divinely orchestrated, is what I just heard. So things are meant to last forever if they're from the divine, right? Because I know that the divine can give you something, and if you don't appreciate it, if you don't handle it with care, if you don't, or if you abuse it, thank you, Spirit, if you abuse it, you no longer will have that gift. You no longer will have that power. You no longer will have that the divine is giving you, right? And I think that this is what happened to those people that we had in our lives. And I don't mean to like sound conceited or big-headed, and I'm not trying to make you feel like that neither, right? But I'm not trying to boost my ego or anyone's ego. But I feel like that's what happened to these people. We were a gift to them from the divine. 555. See, change. Things are changing. Why? Because these motherfuckers, hold on guys. And I feel like that's what happened to these motherfuckers. You feel me? The divine was like, here's this earth angel. Here is this angelic being for you. This angelic being, this earth angel, this starseed, this divine child of God. And you are meant to be doing this, that, and the other. And this, that, and the other, right? They get tested, we get tested. And whoever passes the test, passes the test. And whoever doesn't pass the test gets left behind. And whoever did continues moving forward. And that's basically what happened to a lot of us, I think. At least for me, that's what it was. I feel like I passed my test. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm healing. That's why I am continuing to heal. That's why I am minding my motherfucking business, okay? I'm not worried about who got what, who went where, who's doing who's doing what, who went. I don't give a flying fuck. And I know that there is unbelievable shit being talked about me, because I can only imagine, because it was already happening while these motherfuckers were in my life. So now that I made the choice to cut them off and continuously cut cords with every single one of them, right? Metaphorically speaking, actually cutting ties, blocking them, deleting them, erasing them out of my life completely. And then now I still continue to cut cords. Any form of cords. I continue to release these people every single day. Every single day, I feel like I take one step forward more into my healing journey. And that healing journey means forgetting that these people ever existed. 818. That they ever existed in my life. And honestly, to me, I don't give a fuck about who it is. To me, the majority of the people is people that I can tell you that I loved unconditionally. That it's people that I bent backwards for. It's people that I took the food out of my mouth to give to them. I took the shirt off my back to give to them. Motherfuckers that when I didn't have a fucking penny, I still gave a penny. That's who I am. I'm that person that doesn't have to give, but I'll give anyways. You know? Overly give, overly care, overly share, like overly pretty much everything. Hold on. Yeah, so it's, people that I overly did things to. And honestly, the most recent one is my punk ass ex-husband. And I'm gonna be real. His betrayal hurt more than my so-called families. Because I was already used to it. Hold on. Yeah, I was already used to it. I was already used to my siblings being assholes to me since I was a kid. I was already used to them bullying me along with my mom since I was a kid. And then growing up, the same thing. You know, so like with them, even though, like I said, even though I know that there's probably things that I still need to find out, as far as like my mom and my siblings go, what I know to be true right now is more than enough for me not to ever talk to them again. But yeah, how do I explain it? Like, I don't give a fuck. Does that make sense? Like, I don't care. I'm used to it. I've been used to it since I was a kid. Now my husband, that's something I wasn't used to, right? Because his whack ass, his fake ass, was up in this motherfucking house. Oh, my wife, and I love my kids, and my wife this, and like a true narcissist, like a true narc, right? Just mind fucking me the whole time. And then finding out later 11/11. Finding out later the reality of my marriage was like a huge fucking slap in the face. And I haven't gotten like a sealed, stamped and sealed type of confirmation. But I mean, in this journey, nothing's a coincidence. Okay? So if you're seeing certain things like over and over and over again, and then it's low-key confirming what you already know to be true, believe that. Believe that, because I wasn't paying attention to the signs while he was here. And then while he was still here, like I said, I had already started my spiritual journey, right? While he was still here. And things were coming up even in reads, and I was like, hell no. Like, things were coming up that he was on the low, meaning that he was bi or gay, 12/12. You know, that he likes men as well. And again, I know that sometimes people like have like an identity crisis, or they're ashamed to come out, or things like that, and I can definitely respect that, you know. So if he would have been a different type of person to say like, hey, I know we've been together 8 years and we have 3 children and we have a beautiful family, but I want you to know that I'm feeling the same sex. And I don't know what to do. I'm confused. I would have supported him. I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't have been like, oh my God, how could you? No. Because I do believe that. I do feel that sometimes people like suppress what they really are, or who they really are, for whatever reason. And to me, 1313. And to me, if that's what he's doing, I would have understood, because I know his upbringing. Okay? And I know his upbringing, and his parents are like, his parents are colder than ice. Like, it's like Ice King, Ice Queen. I just saw the Kipperish deck from, so I had to remember they're in there. The Ice King and Ice Queen. His parents are like that. Especially his father. His father is like, what does Intuitive Kev say? A creature. Okay? A basement dweller. Yeah, but his dad is like, if my punk ass ex-husband is a narc, then I don't know, his dad is fucking holding the torch, and all his children are like following behind him. So I feel that might be a reason why 1414, why he doesn't come out and just say what he is, who he is, what he wants to be. Why? Because he wants to always have like a perfect image in his dad's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's too busy living his life according to what his dad says it should be. You know? And the funny thing is that the majority of his siblings, guy siblings, are either freely gay or on the low. They all have wives and children, but they be getting it in with the same sex outside of the home and then come back home. Okay, and then that's how shit starts to spread. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool to do to somebody. And I feel like that's what mine was trying to do to me. Okay? And not only that, he fucked around, started fucking around with my mom. You know? And I know there were, like I always say, I know there was manipulation done, maybe even spell work done to get his ass to do me the way he did me. Because, how do I say it? Like, because I do feel that, I feel like the divine put us together because we were supposed to be together, right? Like, I don't know, a twin flame journey type situation is what I feel that me and him were. I didn't know it at the time, right? I just felt like, oh, I met somebody. Okay, cool. Here we are. But alone, I feel like he still would have attacked me. Even if he wouldn't have been with my mom or ever met my mom or anything like that, I feel like he still would have attacked me. He still would have been mind fucking me. He's a narcissist. A sociopath. You know, like, honestly, the very first year, we met in 2017. And up until November 2018, which was when our first son was born, things were great. Things were great. The moment that I left my home, we moved in together and had that baby, had our first baby, things just went to shit. And I feel like the Most High was trying to intervene because I did get pregnant immediately, dude. Like, it's like I met him today, and if we got down 2 days later, by the next week, I was already pregnant. Hold on. I got pregnant. And not only did I get pregnant, I immediately lost the baby. I had a miscarriage. Like, the baby didn't even form or it just nothing. There was just nothing. So I feel like maybe I wasn't even supposed to have children with this person. Or maybe if he would have passed the test, then we would have had kids. I don't know. I don't know how this happened, to be honest. Like I say, since he decided to get involved with fucking my whack ass mother, and my mother don't know how to do a motherfucking thing without spell work. Okay, she can't do shit without spell work. Like, it's that mouth. When I tell you that she cannot stop running her mouth about me, like, she's obsessed with talking shit about me. She's obsessed with me. I don't fucking know, dude. It's just weird. It's weird. But she saw what was going on, right? That we were living our best lives and we had money. There was, stability. Stability was cool. We were living cool, financially stable, happy, loving family. Goes out every weekend, takes the family out, takes the family on vacation, sends the family on vacation, this, that, and the other. And she was like, oh, hell no, bitch. You are not about to be happy. Not on my watch. And that was that. And so that was his test. And as you can see, he didn't just fail. He didn't just fail. Now, you're a failure. You're taking this L. You lost your family. Now you get to sit down and eat a plate of shit. And I would love to ask him if that bitch and everybody else involved in attacking me is sitting at the table with him eating shit. Or is it just him alone? You know? Because I feel in these type of situations, motherfuckers, when they're like, oh, fuck yeah, let's attack the collective and let's do this and let's do that. They're like, oh, hell yeah, we're gonna get some money, or for whatever reason, they were told to attack you, me, for whatever reason, right? They were told to attack, and they were promised whatever the fuck they were promised. Was it worth it? You know, was it worth it? You guys, I'm getting a call. I don't know if I should answer it. They called me twice back to back. Hold on. My bad. As soon as I answered, they hung up. So I'm like, what the hell? But whatever. I'll just put my videos together. Y'all know. But yeah, so, you know, whatever they were promised to come for you and things like that. Now I just would love to know if it was worth it. Because I can guarantee you whatever you were promised, you ain't getting that. You, for example, right, if they say, oh yeah, let's attack the collective. When we attack them and this happens, we'll be rich. We'll have their money. We'll have their this and we'll have their that. And that person's like, oh, for real? Cool. Let's go ahead and do that. And then when shit hits the fan, when they start to realize who the fuck you are, when they start to realize, again, you're a divine being, a celestial being, an angelic being, an earth angel, a starseed, just a light worker, a divine child of God. When they start to realize, oh, fuck. We done fucked up. We done messed with the right one. 1111. 111, sorry. We done fucked up. You know that saying, we fuck with the wrong one? I don't say it like that. I say you fuck with the right one. Because now you about to see just how much God loves me. Just how much God favors me. Just how much 144 I am chosen. Just how much I am a chosen child of God. Oh my God, I want to cry. They are about to see that about you. Just how much. And all it took was you having faith. That's all it took to break it. That's all it took. And that strength that I talked about it in like past videos. There's like this is how I describe it. There's like a little box like inside of you, right? Like you already, if you're already on this journey, it hasn't been easy, right? So if you're still here, it's because you have unbelievable strength, right? But to get out of a certain situation, a certain cycle that just kept going and going and going for however long it was for you, 10 years, 2 months, 15 years, 15 days, however long it was for you. It was too fucking long. That's all I know. Okay? No matter how much, like how long you just kept going round and round in that circle. At the end of the day, what got you out of there was that faith that you had. Because no matter how much you were struggling in that cycle, you never dropped your faith. 333. You never dropped your faith. So you find like a little treasure box inside of you that has Not only now do you have unbelievable strength and courage, right? This little box just kind of like amplifies that. And you are ready to you are ready to stomp on this Jolly Green Giant. Because to you, this person looks like they're 15 feet tall and you're like this big, 411. You see what I'm saying? Like, they are about to see, or they're about to get that message. Thank you, Spirit. They're about to get that message. That they fucked with the right one. Because at one point, it was cool to bully you, right? And it was cool to terrorize you. And it was funny, right? Look at Collective over there crying. Look at Collective over there boo-hoo-hooing. Look at them over there like, oh, why don't you love me? Man. How come you don't respect me? How come you don't do this? How come you don't do that? But see, the difference between you and those people, that now when they start their right now that the tables have turned, that's the difference between us and them. That you don't give a shit. You just don't. If they suffer or if they don't suffer, you don't give a flying fuck. I feel like you're about to find out that maybe somebody is reaping their karma. But you're not about to be like, oh, the ex-husband is going through fucking some karma, bitch. I'm about to go over there and blah, blah. No. Why? Because karma is taking care of that for you. You don't need to he ha ha gotcha. You don't need to do none of that. Karma is taking care of that for you. You don't do none of that. Right? Because you know better. You know better. You're not going to sit there and make fun of them and laugh at them and point the finger. Again, you're too busy doing a whole lot of... I was going to say you're too busy doing a whole lot of other shit, right? But then I heard, like, when I said a whole lot of... And then I heard there's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. Maybe you out here getting your money. Okay, maybe you started a business. Maybe you started a new job. Maybe you're doing what I'm doing and it's already like starting to, you know, give fruits. Like it's looking lucrative. Lucrative? Is that the word? I don't know if I'm using that right. I'm not even gonna lie. But I heard that word. So I don't know if I'm using it right, but I heard the word. So I'm just gonna say it. But, yeah, there's, do you see what I'm saying? Like, you're too busy out here trying to make this money. You're too busy out here trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground. You're too busy out here trying to get this TikTok off the ground, right? You're too busy up here trying to set your website, trying to set up your podcast, trying to get your podcast off the ground. Like, you're too busy. You're just too busy. Doing you, okay, smiling, being happy. I just heard you're too busy being in love. You're too busy being in a relationship. You're too busy living your life the way you want to live it. Okay? And you got a divine army behind you. They tried it. And the Most High was like, oh, that's what you want to do? Okay, do that. Go ahead. You'll see, though. And they were like, the collective? Chosen? Yeah, right. I'ma fucking do this to them and that to them and this to them. Okay, that's why I said. The Most High was like, that's what you want to do? That's your choice? You sure? All right, cool. So he let it ride. The Most High let it ride. So you can learn from it. So they can learn from it. And either things stay or things gotta go. People gotta go. People, places, or things. But again, everything is a lesson. Okay? Especially for you. Especially for you, because I'm assuming for you, you got tested and you passed your test. Congratulations. Okay? But those people around you didn't. And they probably never will. They're probably gonna continue on. You know, whoever crosses their path, they're gonna be screwing them over. They're never going to. Ahorita, mami, deja que se seque. Deja que se seque. They're still wet. Okay. They're never gonna change. This is who and what they are. You're welcome. Okay. You're welcome, mi amor. Oh. Hold on, guys. My daughter. Sorry, my daughter. Like, my kids are out of school already. So, my boys, they hang around with each other. So, they really don't fuck with me. But my daughter, yeah, because they be leaving her out in the cold, my baby. But, anyways, yeah. So, I hope you're proud of yourself for defeating this Jolly Green Giant, whoever, 1010. Whoever that looks like for you. Whatever that looks like for you. Okay, I hope you're proud of yourself, because if you were attacked, and whatever, in every which way, shape, or form there is to be attacked, right? Because it's not always spell work. It's not always well, hold on. It's not always spell work. Most of the time is some fake shit. Oh my god. Yeah, so I know that not always is spell work, okay? And I know that there's always, sometimes it's just a punk-ass narcissist, husband, wife, mother, daughter, son. Sometimes it's just one, right? Like, a narcissist is already bad. A narcissist is already gonna make you feel like you're losing your fucking mind. 1111. A narcissist is always going to make you feel like that. So if that's your situation and you got out of that, regardless of who this narcissist is, congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation. You about to. You on vacation now. You on vacation now. If whoever these people, person, place, or thing, whatever it is for you, and you've been away for a minute, you on vacation now. I heard and you're about to be, but I don't know what. And you're about to be. That's what I heard. And you're about to be. I don't know. And you're about to be on vacation. So, figuratively, I can't say the word. Figure. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh my God, I can't say the word. Like, metaphorically speaking and actual. Yeah? Like, metaphorically speaking, you're on vacation because you got away from whoever the fuck these fuckheads were, right? And you're about to literally be on vacation. Thank you, Spirit. Literally. And you're literally about to be on vacation. Who and I just heard, and these motherfuckers are mad. These motherfuckers is mad. I'd be mad too. Shit. I spent all this money doing this spell work on you. I spent all this time trying to mind fuck you, trying to get you to doubt yourself, trying to get you to, trying to get you to doubt yourself, trying to get you to go crazy, fucking saying that you were enough. I worked day and night to try to get you to fucking have your self-esteem through the floor, and you're rising, and you're on vacation. Hasta para allá, pues. There. Sorry, my kids like whipped cream, dude. Yeah. So they're like, wait a minute. I worked 10 years trying to ruin you. And you out here living it up in Miami? You out here living it up in Paris? Yeah, that's gonna be you. Motherfuckers are gonna now see you for who you really are. And maybe you are the type of person that told them. You warned them. And not even that you had like spiritual gifts or spiritual powers, right? None of that. No. You just would say, hey, like what I would say, I would always tell, and I never knew why until now, okay? But I would always tell my ex-husband, like, hey, lo malo nunca avanza. Remember that. And I would always think to, because he would give me like the evil fucking eye, dude. Like, if looks can kill, bitch, I died I don't know how many times. Between the year 2023 and 2024, I don't know why. I started telling him that. 444. I started telling him that. So that just, with that 444, it just lets me know that the divine I was speaking. The divine was speaking through me to him. And I don't know why. At the time, I still didn't know anything. I still didn't know nothing. Okay? So I was like, I still didn't know anything. So I would always tell him things like that. I would always be like, oh, lo malo nunca avanza. Just remember that when you do evil shit gets back, it comes back to you. You don't leave this earth without paying back all the fucking fucked up shit you done to someone. And he would always say, well, that's good that I mind my business. He would always tell me things like that. Or when I would tell him, like, lo malo nunca avanza, he would never respond to anything. He would just look at me and give me, like, a look, like, saying, like, bitch, just die already. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut your mouth. Like, shut up. Yeah. I feel like I would trigger something in him every time I would tell him that. I really do feel like I would trigger something in him. Something in him would like twitch. And it's those fucking demons. It's those demons that come with the person. Or that attach themselves to the person. So, yeah, a narcissist alone, you know what I'm saying, can definitely do some damage. Okay? But now when you add black magic, death spells, love spells, bondage, bound, sacrifices, like when you start throwing all of that in the mix, trust me, that can definitely take your insanity to a whole nother level. Definitely. And not for nothing, I have a neighbor who's feeling your girl, but I'm staying away from that neighbor because that neighbor is taken. But that neighbor did tell me, so in front of my house, like there's there's 4 duplexes, right? And in all of those live a whole bunch of guys. And he was telling me like that one of my neighbors told him, they were like, oh wow, like the neighbor, she's looking right, she's looking good. Maybe while she was with her husband, it was because of her husband that she was looking the way she was looking. And now that she dropped this motherfucker, she's looking great. And my neighbor asked him, he was like, what was she looking like before when she was with her husband? They were like, she was looking skinny. She was hella sick. Like you can see her bags like sunk in. She was just bony. She was just skin and bones. And right now she's looking right. And those are facts. Because again, all you add a narc, right? As for a husband, a narc for a mother, a narc for siblings, and then magic. I can show you what I looked like after I had my daughter. I've told you guys, right? I had my daughter and I weighed like 220 pounds. And in a matter of 3 months, I went down to 160. Make it make sense. I'm not on drugs. I've never done drugs a day in my life. I'm not an alcoholic. Yes, I drink. Well, now I really fucking don't at all, honestly. But I used to, right? But social drinking, you know, a social drinker. But that, like, so there, like, nothing to say. Like, I wasn't not eating. I was eating. I wasn't on a diet. Yes, I was going to the gym and I was taking, like, I would take care of myself. The normal, you know, I would eat right, drink a lot of water. I would go to the gym. I would walk. I would do this. I would stay active. Like, I was doing great. And again, they see that and they're gonna, what? Kill it. So what did he do? He stopped paying for my gym so I wouldn't go to the gym no more. He accidentally broke my juicer, so I couldn't juice anymore. His sister started telling him that when I would show up after dropping off the babies in school, I would always leave. That I was probably cheating on him because I would always leave, even though he knew it was a routine for me to go drop off the kids and go straight to the gym after. But because his sister was telling him now that I was cheating on him, now he would start calling me. You know, that's another thing too, that we had such good communication before they all showed up. Before his siblings showed up and before my family showed up, we had amazing communication. It wasn't towards where he would be like, where are you? What are you doing? How come you're not home? How come you're not this? Not at all. And when she started planting those seeds in his mind, oh yeah. He was like, where are you? Home? Oh, you are? Oh, okay. And he would just make up some bullshit and ask me something else. Or other times he'd be like, where are you? How come you weren't answering? I was like, because I was at the gym. Who were you at the gym with? Myself? Like, what's going on right now? And that would start arguments because I found it strange. You know, sorry guys, I'm put my hair in my face. I found it strange. You know, that he would like just randomly ask me now, where was I going and blah, 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 da, 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 da. And then, the room, my room, our room, mine and his room together, it started smelling like people were doing the do there. You know, like, so what it gives me is that maybe he was actually getting down with either his sister or my mom on our bed. And I know that that's a trigger warning, but that type of disgusting ass shit runs in his family. Like siblings fucking around with siblings. Or like cousins fucking around with cousins and shit like that is part of the way they grew up. You know, he has family members that messed around with other family members and have children together. I know. But this is all things that I didn't find out until later. Trust me, if your girl knew this prior, who knows what I would have done, to be honest. Because I feel like I still probably would have been in this situation. Because again, there was a lesson to be learned. Okay? There was a lesson to be learned. There was a higher purpose. There was a higher, how do I say it? Like a higher, something bigger than me that needed to occur. Okay? So I feel that either way, I probably still would have been in that situation. Or like involved with him. You know, because I almost feel like because I was in this cycle, maybe the Most High was throwing signs and synchronicities my way and I wasn't paying attention to shit. And maybe at one point, and honestly, I did at one point always say, oh my God, why don't my relationships work? It's me. I'm the crazy one. I'm the delusional one. I'm the one that's tripping. And no, it's because, again, my whack-ass mom has been attacking me since forever. So whenever something made me happy, she destroyed it for me. Okay? She destroyed it for me. She made sure it was going to be destroyed. But like I said, now I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. When I say I don't care, I really do mean that. I don't care. Like I said, the one that hurt more was my husband's situation, because that was, his mask was awesome. His mask was like, you know what? I'm going to give it up to him. Because even after the fact that he was gone and everything, when people were like, oh, I'm so sorry you got divorced, or I'm so sorry this happened, he looks so shy. He's so quiet. He looks like he wouldn't hurt a fly. So that's why I say I'll give it up to him, because he laid the groundwork for himself to a T. Right? Because when shit hit the fan and I started speaking my truth, motherfuckers were gonna be like, this bitch is lying. Because he's so quiet. He's so kind. He does for people. Right? He sticks up for people. He does this for folks and that for folks. She's a liar. She's tripping. Oh, maybe the marriage didn't work because of her. Right? You lay the groundwork very well, you know, but it takes a lot out of you to create this whole false narrative, this whole false illusion about who you are, because you got to keep up with it, because then otherwise the cracks start to show. And when the cracks start to show, and then collective starts speaking their truth, not only do the cracks get bigger, but that mask starts to fall off. And there's nothing underneath but your real face. And you're forced to show your real face to the world. Okay? There's not a lot of people that can handle authenticity. That's what I just heard. Authentic people that are real. And you know that saying, real recognize real? That's so true.
It was in the bathroom.
I know, I left it there. You know that saying, real recognize real? That I fucking believe in that shit so much. Because a motherfucker that tells you, oh no, well, I would never do that, I'm a real ass bitch, is probably not. Real recognize real when you're quiet. Like if you're on this spiritual journey and I meet you out and about, talking to you 5 to 10 minutes is gonna let me know the kind of person you are. And that's one thing that I say that I can say that I've always have. I've always had that. And I've talked about that here on my channel as well. Guys, we're already 30 minutes in and I don't even know how long the other video was. You know, I've always had that about myself. Like if something doesn't sit right with me, with a person, I will never talk to that person. I will never fuck with that person if it just doesn't feel right. And people, I always get called a bitch for it. And that's cool. I'd rather be a bitch than hang around with somebody that doesn't sit right within me. Okay? I'm cool with that. I'll be a bitch. I don't mind that. Honestly, it's a compliment, nigga. I'll take it. Okay? So, real recognize real. And nobody needs to be, saying, oh, I'm hella real. I'm real. I'm a realize this. I'm a realize that. No. Just know. A real person don't do that. So they are forced to show their real face. And I just got an image. Oh my God. I just got an image of like someone and a demon like twitching. Just like twitching. Like twitching out of them. Again, like I said, it gives that. It's giving, you are forced to show who you really are. There is no mask no more. Why? Because we already know who the fuck these people are, what they are, who they were to us. There's no way whoever hurt you or did something to you, right? There is no way that this person can come back into your life with that same mask. Because you fucking snatched that shit off. You see who they really are. So there is no way that they can come back with something fake. Because you're gonna fish it out. Okay? You're gonna sniff it out. That's what it was. You're gonna sniff it out. Okay? So keep doing you, please. I hope you are not worried about what the fuck these motherfuckers got going on, because I know for sure your girl don't. Hold on, let me turn this shit off. Because I don't give a damn. I really don't. Let's see how long this lasts, okay? Because you see now it's straight and whatnot, but we'll see how long it lasts, because my hair has a mind of its own. It does whatever the hell it wants to do. And yeah, let me give you an angel card today. Ooh, we have Sandor at the bottom of the deck, you see. He says, your role is to create connections between heaven, earth, and all hearts. That's what I'm saying. Like, you probably were that type of person, right? That already felt other people's energy and were like, meh. Ooh, I just heard you force people to take off their mask. You force people to show their true selves. And knowingly and unknowingly. And I feel like you don't know this. I feel like you don't know that. Or maybe you don't know that that's the power that you possess. That you force people to take off their mask. Maybe that's one of the gifts that you possess that you know nothing about. Or maybe you don't even try and you be calling motherfuckers out. Right? And even though, again, because they don't want to face their shadow, right? They'd be like, bitch, you tripping. What the fuck are you talking about? But inside, they're like, fuck. She hit the nail on the head. He hit the nail on the head. How he know that about me? How she know that about me if I never told her? Because real recognize real, right? So if you ain't real, okay, you gonna sniff it out. And you gonna call a motherfucker out for it. None of that gets by you. It just doesn't work that way. Not with a chosen one, okay? We got Chamuel says relationships, assignments. No one crosses your path by chance. Choose to see the deeper reason for the people in your life. What are we talking about here? Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just tell you about my own situation? That even if I knew all of that about my ex-husband, I still probably would have been in that situation because there was a higher purpose. There was a deeper meaning for it. That had to happen for something bigger than me to go down. Not only for me to wake up and realize that I am a chosen child of God. 33 as I'm saying that. Like, it's not just for that. I'm seeing the letter H. I don't know. It's for a higher purpose, something bigger than me, something massive that you are here to do. There is a deeper reason for people in your life. Okay? So if you're barely just waking up, don't feel, I can't tell you that, no. Because I was going to say, don't feel bad that they're no longer there, but feel that. Because it's people that I know you loved, people that I know you trusted, people that I know you gave everything to, right? And they didn't know how to appreciate, they didn't know how to handle this precious gift that the divine gave them. What did they do? They lied, they manipulated, they tortured, they cheated, they backstabbed you, they betrayed you. I mean, they did all that and then some, right? So no, I'm not going to say don't feel it. But try to think of it as like that. The reason for that, there's a higher purpose for it. That person was put, again, oh, and look, and I'm shuffling, and he's still there. They were put there for a purpose. They were put there for a reason. Whatever that looks like for you, apply the roles where they go, right? But wherever this person, place, or thing goes for you, that person was put there for a reason, to either get you to wake up, to realize that you are chosen, that you are anointed. Okay? That was the reason why these fuckheads sometimes get put in our path by the divine, so we can wake up. So you made the right choice. Okay? And I know it hurts, and I know it sucks, because trust me, I know. I dwelled on it over and over and over and over again of leaving my ex-husband or not, because of my children. Why? Because my children are little. They're gonna miss their dad. I can't do this to my kids. Fuck that. I'm gonna stay in this marriage, and I'm just gonna suffer. I'm just gonna rot here. That's literally what I was going to do for the sake of my kids. Not knowing that there was something else behind that. So I feel like the moment I said those, I feel like the moment those words came out of my mouth, the Most High was like, oh hell no, we about to turn the heat up in here, because she's gonna do that. She's gonna do it. I feel like the Most High knows the type of, well, yeah, right, he created me. He made me. I'm a divine child of God. He made me, so he knows that. How do I explain it? Like when I say no, it's no. And when I say yes, it's yes. And nothing and no one is going to change that. So I feel like the Most High was like, oh, hell no, we got to turn up the heat so she can really get this point. She's not getting it. And she's about to sacrifice herself for her kids and stay with this motherfucker. When he's doing this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. But she doesn't see that yet. So we're going to turn up the heat so she can see that. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. The Most High turned up the heat, and I swallowed my fear, and I stood up to my Jolly Green Giant. And mind you, my knees were knocking. I was terrified. But my courage and my strength, ooh, I'm about to cry again. Whew. And my faith, oof, in the Most High helped me. It didn't matter how scared I was. It didn't matter how much my knees were knocking. None of that mattered. Because I had my strength, I had my faith, and I had my courage. That's all I needed. And when I found that little box, that strength, that faith, and that courage amplified to like 1 billion. So now, this fucking Jolly Green Giant was this small, and I was 15 feet tall. And it's strength that we've always had. It just gets put to sleep by motherfuckers like this. We have Azrael. He says transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without you. Hold on. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcame. Own your story. Thank you, Spirit. Can I say that again? Azrael says transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. In my last video, I said that don't be ashamed. Do not be ashamed of the things that you have endured to get here. Okay? In my last video, I shared something that I went through while being on this journey. Knowing and unknowingly being on this journey. Uriel says, learning experience. Take time to review, study, and honor your knowledge before proceeding further. So we have Uriel and Azrael. Okay. So I feel like this learning, again, it's whatever you just went through. It was a lesson. Did you learn your lesson? Sit back and review. Did you learn the lesson? Have you learned the lessons? Are you paying attention now? Are your antennas up? Okay. Yeah. And now it says, and own your knowledge before proceeding further. This, I'm talking to somebody that might be ashamed or embarrassed or feeling, I don't like saying this word, okay, but feeling maybe dumb. That's not the word I was gonna say, but I don't like using that other word, so I'm not even gonna say it. Yeah, feeling dumb. Like, fuck, how did I get in this situation? How did I let this motherfucker play me? My mama? My mama? The whole time it's been my mama? Step back. It says take time to review and study and own your knowledge. Own your story. Azrael said it, right? You wouldn't be who you are, right? If you would have not overcame what you overcame. Own your story. Own that shit. Review it. So when you're doing what I'm doing, whoever's on the other side of that camera is going to be like, oh, okay. I was sad and it hurt. You know what my mama did? It's cool though. I get it now. I get the purpose. I get the reason why. 222. I get the reason why. And so now I can proceed and move forward. And now moving forward, you have this knowledge of what to look out for. Right? So before, maybe like I said, you can sniff it out. Oh no, I don't know. There's something about that person. I don't know what it is and I don't know what. Oh, you're just being a bitch. Okay, cool. But now you know what it is. Now you know what it is. You can identify that something that you couldn't identify before. Thank you, Spirit. You can identify it now. You can identify it now. Now it's not like, I don't know, there's something about that person that I don't like. I just don't know what it is. Now you know it's their energy. Maybe you showed up and met somebody and immediately you felt their energy negative. Like you feel it. And you're not sucking it in, right? But you feel it. So before it like affects you in any way, shape, or form, you're just like, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Nice to meet you. That's that. Never see you again. Never do it again. Again, You already know you have the knowledge now. The experience, the life experience. Thank you, Spirit. The life experience. Let's do one more. Let's do one more, Spirit. Ahí para allá. No. Michael. Ooh, Michael, Archangel Michael. He says spiritual acceleration. It says you are experiencing spiritual upgrades. Move forward. Again, you're in movements. I feel like you feel the way I feel. You don't give a shit. You're here. You're moving forward. Okay, with these spiritual gifts, these spiritual awakenings, these spiritual upgrades that you're having. Okay, you're moving forward. You ain't got time to be worried about what these motherfuckers did or doing. You ain't involved with them the way they're involved with you. Because trust me, you moving away, it probably has them twitching. And they're like, what's the collective doing? What are they doing? They haven't called me. They haven't called me in like 4 months. What are they doing? Is the spell work working? Are they eating shit like I wanted them to? No, motherfucker, you are. You are. Because the collective is too busy overcoming their story and now making it their strength. Thank you, Spirit. Your story is your strength. You have the knowledge. Because you did the work, maybe some of you are at a point now where your story is not shameful. Maybe it was at one point and it's not no more. You're not ashamed. You're not ashamed. You're taking it in as knowledge, as a life experience. Thank you, Spirit. As a life experience. Okay, you can write this one in the books. And look at, he actually has one. You know? Maybe somebody needs to journal more. Okay, and your journal can become a book one day. I don't know. Okay, I mean, hell, it would be full of knowledge. It would be things that really has happened and that really do happen. 4646. I feel like if you're on this journey, at least for me, I know just like there's evil, just like there's good, there's evil, right? But I never really thought or considered just how evil a motherfucker can be. Okay? Really didn't. And so that's why he's here. You might want to continue to ask him to cut those cords. Okay? To cut those cords for you. And let's just get one message out of here because, oh my God, guys. The videos just keep getting longer. At the split, we have bravery and self-love. Need I say more? Like bravery, it says, you're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable, but you do have the strength and the bravery to make the decisions, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. Again, don't be ashamed of your story. Speak it. Like I said in my last video. That video was really hard to do. Because like I said, I've never told a soul what I said in that video. And that takes bravery. It takes courage. Okay, because those are things that... those are kind of wounds that they heal. But they just hit different. Okay? Self-love. It says, you are worthy and deserving of all the abundance in the universe. Treat yourself with love and respect. You desire with the respect you desire, and others will follow suit. Continue doing that. I did say earlier, right, that maybe sometimes we feel dumb. oh, how did I allow myself to get played by my mama? My brother did this shit to me. Like, the fuck? How the hell did I get played? I'm stupid. I'm this. And you start being mean to yourself. Don't do that. Because it's not your fault. Did you tell them to attack you? Did you tell them to attack you? Did you tell them, hey, do spell work on me, do magic on me? No, right? We all have a choice. You guys hear that helicopter? Confirmation. We all have a choice. We all have a choice. Whoever did whatever did to you, whatever, they didn't have to. They didn't have to. They didn't have to do a motherfucking thing. Like, for example, in my case, my ex-husband didn't have to do that. He could have just been like, you know what? I don't want to be with you no more. Like I said, I like the same sex, and that's where I think I'm gonna be. Cool. Who am I to say no? What am I gonna do? Keep a man that wants another man? Like, no, I would never do that. So, but no, he had to attack me. And not only attack me, right? He had to do spell work on me. And not only do spell work on me, bippity bopping with my mama and my siblings and his mama and his daddy. It's like my ex-husband and his whack-ass family, and then my fake-ass mother and my fake-ass family. It's like they all, and we're doing the do. So that's why I was looking like I was looking. I was losing my shit. Guys, when I tell you that I really felt like I was losing my mind, I was. And the more I felt that I was losing my mind, the more he would push that narrative. Because he would tell me, oh, because in my fake family, Alzheimer's is a recurring theme, right? So he would tell me that, oh, you're probably already getting Alzheimer's because, that runs in your family or whatever. And you repeat shit in the same day. Hold on. Yeah, he would say things like, you repeat the same shit in one day like 4 times. What are you trying to do? He's like, you're trying to make a mental note out of it since you're going to lose your mind? Since you're going to lose your memory? He would always tell me shit like that. And now it makes sense why. 5151, because they were really trying to get me to think that I was really losing my mind and just talking out of my ass. And I wasn't. I was speaking facts. And that's why these motherfuckers got released. You are being asked to release any toxic people or situation from your life. You deserve to be free from all drama. This is the first step to achieving that. Release them. And if you are ready, release them. Continue cutting the cords. That's why I told Michael was here. Continue cutting the cords. Ask Michael to cut those cords with his fierce sword. Ask him to cut those cords. Whatever is remaining, anything trying to linger, anything trying to still try to attach to you, to your energy, to your good energy, to your loving energy. Ask Michael to continue to fight this battle for you and to cut whatever cords, chains, any residue that is left, it got to go. Okay? Don't feel ashamed. You have shame on the bottom of the deck. Do not feel ashamed. Patience. Oof, Lord. That's a tough one for your girl. It says patience. You are being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there is a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will work out eventually. And your girl be having a tough time with that one. That one needed to talk. And it says, step back. You are being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. You were too close to the situation, and it can be hard to make decisions. Spend out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective you need. Uriel said that, right? Uriel said, like, dissect everything. Maybe you're thinking, like, why me? How come this is happening to me? Maybe I'm speaking to somebody that is just barely waking up. And you're having, like, a massive tower moment. And you're thinking that life is over. What the hell is going on? Like, why is this happening to me? God, what's going on? Da, 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 da. Again, have patience. Take a step back. View it. I just heard from a bird's eye view. So you're looking at it as a tower, right? Obviously, we all do. At the moment, we all do. We all do. We look at it and we're like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? But not even realizing that this tower is a good thing for us. Okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have strategy and planning. It says, your actions have taken you to a new phase in your spiritual in your spiritual evolution. Now it is time to plan and strategize for the highest possible outcome. Again, we got shame again right here, dude. Don't be ashamed of your story, okay? Do not. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Because whatever happened in your life, and I mean anything that happened in your life, there is no reason to be ashamed for it, because you didn't ask for that, right? You didn't ask for it. There's things that we have to go through again, because there's a higher, what's the word? There's a word I am trying to get, but it doesn't come out. There is a I don't want to say like a higher perspective, a higher force, a higher, you have a bigger purpose, okay? You have a higher purpose, and all these things that happen to you, regardless of what it is, of how ugly it is, of how sad it is, of how, no matter what it is, the Most High knew that you were going to get back up, because you have an unbelievable amount of strength. It's insane just how much strength and courage you have. He knew you were going to get back up. He made you. He made me. He knew that whatever we were about to go through, he knew the whole time what things were, the things that were going to happen to us, right? And he allowed it so we wouldn't lose our faith, so we wouldn't lose our strength, so we wouldn't lose our courage. And you never did. You never sat there and played the victim and cried about shit. You were like, fuck it. It is what it is. Let me get back up and continue. I haven't eaten in a week. Fuck it. It is what it is. I'm going to continue moving like I just had a fucking 5-star meal. Okay? All those type of situations are to like tighten our capabilities. Thank you, Spirit. They make it, they secure it. So like if you have strength and courage and faith, all these things that we go through, just seal them so we never lose them. Like it seals them. Like they're sealed and dealed. It like we have that. And nobody can take that away. Not a person, place, or thing. Not a situation. Not a nothing. Okay? You are powerful. You are a giant. And you have massive strength. And that is the reason why you get attacked so much. That is the reason why you get bullied or you get talked about or whatever it is, right? Evil eye or envious, especially if you're a girl. I don't know how it is with guys, and I'm not a guy, but I can definitely tell you that I've never had luck with female friends. Never. Up until now, I'm 41 years old. I don't have a female friend. And the ones that I've had have came and gone. They leave on their own. Okay? So I would always think that as well. Like, fuck, is it me? How come I can't even make a fucking friend? Oh, it's your attitude. It's because you're a bitch. Oh, it's because you're this. It's because you're that. And no. It's because not everybody can have the privilege to be in your energy. Okay? So don't downplay yourself. Don't doubt yourself and your capabilities and what you are capable of. The reason, again, what is that? Rejection is protection. Think about it like that. Don't sit there and cry because you don't have these fake ass motherfuckers in your life no more. Or don't sit there and complain on why you don't have friends or you don't. The Most High is going to give you your tribe, your soul tribe, your divine partner. Okay? A divine being. I just heard divine being. There's like a little, is it a butterfly on my plants? I don't know. But anyways, I love you guys. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Guys, it's already 1:01:30. This video is going to be long. Okay, make sure you grab a snack or two, some coffee, tea, water, whatever you chose. Okay, a little una gaseosa. I'm gonna leave that for homework for you guys. Okay, what's that word? What does that word mean? Put it in the comments. Gaseosa. Yeah, so don't forget to hit the like, comment, share, subscribe. I love you. Bye.